a little bit more set and good early game damage, the Poppling Koopa was an alright pick, but then considering how you're up against Honda Beast, who will not be shy with being aggressive, and that's exactly what they did. You take away the Jawhead as an option, and they consider banning out the Kufra. We know Honda Beast has a lot more in the tank in terms of what he can pick for the tanks here, so you're really gonna have to decide on what you're gonna put as your roam. I'd want to see Fantasma Kalidad try to bring out the likes of Kufra, even if it's also gonna be open for them to take it.
Yeah, you can never really go wrong with a Kufra pick in one of your teams. Offers a lot of CCs just with the revenge and the rage. Bouncing balls are gonna be preventing flickers as well. So you really have to have a Kufra in your mids if you just have no idea what tank to pick up. That's always the safest call. Mathilda's gonna be banned out by BINASIC. What's the viable ban here for Fantasma Kalidad? I feel like it's a jungle here for Fantasma Kalidad.
Yeah, they could ban out the likes of a Ling, the Lancelots, even 30. I think you allow the show the respect ban there possibility, but yeah, they play safe. They take out the Eudora, so BINASIC have a lot of options to go for here. The Benedetta is open for them if they want to take it. You still have other meta picks available, like the Lunox, who is already a good first pick option right now. Because of the damage output that she can dish out and the fact that she's quite difficult to take down with the power of Order Brilliance.
Now you're in the shoes of Fantasma Kalidad right now. You have to try to contest the tank picks here for Honda Beast, but what viable tank will you get? Again, it's the Kufra. They can secure a side laner for themselves as well, but they lock in the Harley instead.
Yeah, you take away that as an option for 30 Gaming. This is something that can scale well really quickly. Also, again, one of the heroes that benefits from the magic reduction or the magic armor, magic defense changes that we saw in the most recent patches. Fantasma still decide to bring out their Barrett, so I won't be surprised if they decide to push out, maybe they'll bring out the Bubbling Koopa again or another tank pick that isn't your typical tank roam type. Maybe they might even decide to pick up the Cho here so that they have a little bit more pick off and set. Now for BINASIC, it's available for him. They don't want it to get banned out, so 30 immediately picks up the Moskov, and 30 in day one has already showed it. Even in his streams, has showed that his Moskov is something to just fear.
Relatively global presence with the ultimate as well, so there's the Kufra. There's the Kufra. There's the Kufra that we're looking for, going onto the hands of BINASIC. And Fantasma Kalidad, it just has to think clearly here. What do we get?
They might consider bringing up the Grok and the Loye combo for them if they want to. Something with a strong invade presence to really throw off Moskov. They pick up the Kagura instead. Much better for checking the shrub, so you don't have to straight up walk into it, and then at the same time can stop the momentum of BINASIC once that Yin Yang overturn slow comes out.
That's a Kaja being banned out too, just a respect ban for PEIN. Still a lot of options for PEIN to pick up too. If you're gonna be banning out any choices here for Fantasma Kalidad, Poppling Koopa is the safer option.
Yeah, they showed it as one of their tank options, so yeah, better to just take it away. Fantasma Kalidad, though, they still have a lot of choices. I was about to say glue, so they do decide to pick up the glue here. BINASIC are hovering over the Saber, and then, oh man, this Ruby will really benefit going up against the glue, because that's going to be a lot of little mini-glues you can just lifesteal from if you decide to go for it. The Hayabusa, on the other hand, having the two assassin lineup, if they are going to be locking those two in, it's quite a big gamble, but then again, it can prove to be quite reward if the Hayabusa can position himself well enough to find where this Harley will teleport with the... They do decide to lock in the Hayabusa, and then they can also burst down the Harley once they see it with the triple sweep of the Saber if they lock that in.
They're still heavily debating it. They're covering it. You gotta play it safe, get the X-Borg out.
And take away the Retribution. Okay. So now with the Chang'e being covered here by Fantasma Kalidad, that's a matchup you have to watch out for here. The Hayabusa versus the Chang'e if they end up in lane. Early on, they'll have the Meteor Shower for Phantasma to help contest the objectives a little bit more. But I'm not seeing a Retribution yet on the side of Phantasma KALIDAD. Most likely, that is going to be the Hardy with the Retribution. So now you have a lineup here that's quite reminiscent of the pro scene lineups that we're used to seeing. You have a 2-tank setup with a lot of magic damage. This is a lineup that can scale quite well in the late game, but then they also have to consider they're up against a Moskov, a marksman who can absolutely shred them if not careful. So Phantasma KALIDAD just betting on all the magic damage their lineup has to carry them into the late game if it gets to that point.
They have to drag it on. It's tough to go up against the BINASIC lineup just because of the fact that some of them are damage belt. They're going to scale well into the level 4, into the early team fights. As soon as we reach the mid game, that's when we can feel the presence of the Harley. That's when we can feel the presence of the other mages that they have in the fray. But also, we have to fear the tanks that Honda has. He has a plethora of tanks that he can pick out and just play very well in. And he picked up the Kufra. Which
and in day number 1, Honda Beast wasn't shy in day number 1 to use the Flicker Tyrant's Revenge early to kill in the first few minute game. So that's what BINASIC has to watch out for here. And looking at the backline dive heavy lineup that Phantasma has with the triple mage, they have to watch out for this Hayabusa and the support of PEIN, who I think will focus more on really maximizing the damage of the last Insanity to the back come the objective team fights.
Man, that's a switch up. I was expecting the Lunox to be playing in mid. That was what I was expecting. As the Revenge connects onto 2, Terra's forced to flicker out, PEIN flicks, dishing out damage with the fire missiles. They're not going to be amounting to much. Wrecker's low on HP though, but he's still fairly alive. He still managed to secure the purple buff for himself.
Yeah, and this X-Borg support is something that BINASIC already showed off in day number 1 as well, and it is incredibly annoying to go up against. He has good wave clear. He can clearly remove the minion waves in mid to be able to assist in for the objective fights, in the buffs, in the Lord, in the Turtle. You're gonna have to worry about the last Insanity once that's available for him. So you're gonna have to watch out for the health of Phantasma KALIDAD members come those big fights. Because if they're going into a fight with 50, 60, 70% health, a good amount of that is going to be taken away, or could be taken away, by the last Insanity of that X-Board from PEIN.
As there is a clear stalemate here for now. Turtle's going to be spawning 4 seconds. First major point of contention here, and we're seeing a lot of presence for BINASIC near the Turtle Pit area. We're seeing Phantasma to rotate to the top side, but PEIN is trying to go for a push. With that last Insanity, secures that kill. If Wrecker is going to be forced a hat trick out of there. Will try to steal the Turtle away. He has a Retribution available. He can go in with a hat trick to steal it away, but it's still going to the hands of BINASIC.
Ah, man, just when I said it, if PEIN sees you at the low health, he has the flicker, he has his ultimate, he won't be shy with using it. So early on again, Jmon gets picked off here. And it hurts because he's really just trying to do what attack does, which is try to position for your team to give information where the members of BINASIC are. Just so happens that it just coincides with PEIN hitting level 4. So because he was eating a good amount of damage as well from PEIN from the flamethrower hits, yeah, it was an easy delete.
Yeah, the fire missiles are actually consistently doing damage against Phantasma KALIDAD. It begs to ask the question, what's going to happen as soon as we reach the 8-minute mark? PEIN is going to synergize well with Oh My Yuri, 30 Gaming, and Honda Beast. Like, as soon as the set's being set by Honda Beast, that's where it's at. As I say, that raid onto 2, you pull me in, I'll push you away. That's exactly what Honda Beast did, but that's already a bunch of damage being thrown. Everything in the gas cylinders of Phantasma KALIDAD thrown to take out Honda Beast.
Great response there by Fantasma Kalidad. A great initiation by Honda Beast with the Tyrant's Rage onto 2. But the Fantasma Kalidad having their triangle close to that side lane will also be able to push down Changu down here in bottom. Get hits on that energy shield so you can get a little bit more gold. I love the response that Fantasma Kalidad showed there.
Beautiful response there. Rotating as a 4-man unit there in the bottom lane, which is the best thing that I can ever go for here. As they will trade up the top lane shield here. The game's going to be joining in on the fray. Yeah, it's
Look at the basic attack damage from the Moskov, man. Wow!
That's 20 seconds. Like I counted 20 seconds. Top lane turret melted with full shield.
And even Dexy using the meteor shower there in the bottom lane to get that orange buff. Now Fantasma Kalidad will do that.
The Rage connects onto D Gaming. It will be secured by Fantasma Kalidad, but they will trade out one. Last Insanity going to be used out, as well as Pain Flex just to deter. Just single left alive. Will not make it out here. Late rotation from Fantasma Kalidad, but hey, they still secured the turtle for themselves, so Wrecker is feeling happy now compared to how he was in game number 1.
Fantasma Kalidad weren't able to position that well for that fight. Really set up that Tyrant's Rage onto 2 for Honda Beast to pick off Jaemon. And the last Insanity by Pain, that was a great turn of events there for BINASIC. But then as we said, Fantasma Kalidad were the ones able to secure the turtle, and Wrecker doesn't have a death yet under his belt. As long as Fantasma Kalidad can keep Wrecker alive, can keep that Harley alive, it should be good news for them. Like that!
Yeah, he's feeling confident. He didn't even... Oh, wait, hold up. The Revenge and the Rage. Chango has to respond to this. And Jaemon is going to be paying the price. The hat-trick's not going to be saving Wrecker as well. And Jaemon still managed to stay alive. That's still going to be a wonderful kill for BINASIC.
Great play there by Honda Beast again. Initially, we didn't see 30 Gaming in the shot of the camera, but because he was in the mid lane, Honda Beast trusted him to be close enough to be able to rotate. So even if Harley used that spatial escape to get away, he's gonna run into a Moskov, which is what he did. So Wrecker was just forced to fight, try to find a win out of that, but he just couldn't. That was a difficult situation for Fantasma Kalidad to recover from.
I like that zoning that Honda Beast has been doing throughout the entirety of the game. He was preparing his revenge for Tangsy Games, but he figured out that, hey, Jaemon's going to be joining on the fray in the bottom lane. I want to keep the guys alive as much as possible. Let's not do that. Pain Flex, already no Faraga armor. Gets thrown with a Rage, connects onto 2. Honda Beast is really a beast on this Kufra, and Jaemon might just pay the price. He goes for the stick, but he's still low on HP. 30 Gaming takes him down, and that's the meteor shower to deter any further pushes by BINASIC.
I feel bad for Jaemon. He already got a stick a pick off there, but he was right at the edge of the pull to bring him back closer to the members of Fantasma Kalidad and secure that pick off kill. I saw him throw it out, but the effect was just right outside the little glob of glue he wanted to grab onto so that he could get dragged back.
And, oh, here we go again. Honda Beast will be spotted out by Jaemon. Oh, yep, no shenanigans there. There's still the threat of a Rage available, and Honda Beast is positioning himself behind enemy lines. Will he go for Jaemon? No, not really. They will be zoning everybody away just for 30 to secure his turtle. Oh, last Insanity by Pain. Flicker's in? No joy. No cigar in that fight. He's going to be surrounded by Tangsy. That is going to be a pause being called Pie.
Well, Jaemon though. Jaemon was able to get out of that just in time with the help of the ultimate, utilizing split to just get a little bit of heal, and then at the same time increase that movement speed by like 25%. So if he didn't commit the ultimate there, he most likely would have eaten that last Insanity. So great reflexes there by Jaemon.
And it's, you know, despite
answers to the what Fantasma Kalidad will do to adjust to the game for number 3 if it reaches that point.
We'll be diving back into the Land of Dawn. Honda Beast looking for an opportunity for the revenge. And Sarah will be taken out, and that's also a trade on to Changu. And it's Honda and the JM on here, the two tanks. You're not going anywhere, Honda. Let me just tour you around our jungle as they BINASIC push out the bottom lane turret. In the process, 30 is going to be joining on the Prey. Revenge is going to connect on to JM. No raid. The raid is available, but it's not going to be throwing it just yet. 30 still going in for a fight, and this mid lane turret is going to go down in just a bit as soon as this is pushed out. And they can clear the waves relatively fast.
Yeah. Looking good right now for Phantasma KALIDAD in terms of their counterplay capabilities, especially with Chang'e. Tengzi just picked up the Genius one, so now BINASIC has to watch out for that damage and their positioning. I feel like at this point, Honda Beast might end up becoming a sacrificial lamb for the lineup of BINASIC, just to eat up the damage that the Meteor Shower can throw out. Good rotation here though.
Good revenge and rage onto Geomon, and that's going to force him back. Fire missiles will be thrown. Thick stick on to Honda Beast to try to deter him away from the teammates. Meteor Shower is going to be thrown out as well. Pain Twix is extremely low. Thraga armor is not going to be helping him at this point, but he still managed to secure the kill onto Geomon, and Phantasma KALIDAD weren't in a position to contest that push.
Yeah, it could have been a great opportunity for Phantasma KALIDAD to back off and just recover, but when Jayamon decided to take that fight, yeah, he had some good targets there, but at that point, your China no longer had the Meteor Shower. At the same time, if I'm not mistaken, Sarah was trying to position herself better to get closer to the fight, but then I saw a bit of hesitation there because you could also see, again, that was a good chance for Phantasma KALIDAD to back off, recover, and just try to play for better positioning for this Lord. Now, because of how that fight went, the purple buff is up here for Wrecker, who was too busy, or who had to clear up the lanes up top. It's a free Lord for BINASIC.
It's a free Lord, which will be marching on over to the bottom lane quite shortly. And it's just a level 1 Lord, so there's nothing much to worry about here. They can deal with that. But if they cannot deal against this BINASIC 4-man gank squad that's roaming across the map, they will not have a good time.
And now Phantasma KALIDAD, much better this time around in game number 2. Again, the capability of them to come back here with well-placed ultimates and abilities coming out from the Chang'e, coming in from this Kagura, who scale well again, who scale well into the mid to the late game. Their ability to defend this is quite good, but they have to watch out for 30 and Honda Beast.
The revenge connects onto Sarah. Sarah's forced to go back. Here comes the Last Insanity as well, dishing out a fairly decent amount of damage, but Chang'e and 30 Gaming is going to be there to dish out the majority of the damage and take down the entirety of the team. They just lose 30 Gaming in the process, but the Lord is already marching in towards the bottom lane. They'll get the mid lane. They'll get the game as well, no doubt.
What an execution there by Phantasma KALIDAD for that play, Nomad. Over and over again, well-timed use of the abilities, great targeting, one after the other. No ability went to waste there for BINASIC.